I ban him now? No. Death by duck against Dofuya. Oh wait, I have the... Or does it work? The overlay with this one? Maybe I should rehost. I think it looks fine, right? It looks fine. Okay. Yeah. Alright, let's do... How long is it? 23 minutes. Alright. Let's see Death by Duck. Rags first. Marine first, okay. That's interesting. Second Marine as well. I think your opening build's a little bit inefficient, to be honest. Like, usually the way you deal with a Chrono Adept, for example, is going one Marine into the reactor, and then you have 3 Marines in time. And besides that, you don't really have anything to worry about. Now, with the second Marine building and the fast bunker, your factory is going to be a little bit late. So the best way to do it is... Here, your Marine is going to finish. Speed up a little bit. Then you start the reactor here, CC. And then after you can get the depot in the factory.
Operational.
And then the bunker. Uwu, Karen Admire, thanks for the $1, man. So yeah, right now just look at the gas count, because you don't make a reactor, you're gonna keep making Marines, and then you make your bunker super fast. You're gonna have a lot of overgas at the start, right? Like if you look at his base, his core is not even finished yet, so he can't even make anything to attack you, but your bunker is already, you know. So try to work on that opening builder there a little bit. I also have some guides on YouTube that explain very basic TvP openers. Just not so you have to copy the build, but just so you know the right order at the beginning of the game, you know. For Hellions, all good. Thank you, Slism. Your play very safe. The Hellions, the Raven. We scout. I would recommend to at least SCV scout though. If you don't make a Reaper, that's okay, but you kind of want to know roughly what's going on, you know. This is Diamond MMR, by the way, guys. For the people wondering. 3rd CC. What are you guys spamming now? OnlyFans? Why is it not working? I have too many subs. The site limited me for more, you know, so. Okay, let's see for the rest. 6 Hellion run by. 5 Hellion run by actually. I'm just gonna try to look at your mid game a bit. Obviously the opening builder could be better, like I said. But we can work on that later, so now I'm gonna pay attention to your mid game a little bit. It's getting a bit warm in here. I'm gonna skip through it fast first, so I can see some issues, and then I can go back to them. I think that's the best way for me to do it. Alright. Yeah, I think your first factory units should have actually been siege tanks here from the tech labs. Like, Cyclones are actually pretty bad combat units, you know. And you can't move out with them on the map until you have a decent amount. Like if you get attacked and you have defensive Cyclones, it's a pretty bad situation. So I'd recommend to first make a few tanks, probably like 4 to 6, and then go into the Cyclones. Because Cyclone is more a unit where you move out on the map and not try to fight, but try to get some pickups. But you can only start doing that when you have a decent amount of Cyclones. So I'd probably recommend to get a few siege tanks first, and then when you have your extra factories, you can get some round of Cyclones in. And then you can go out on the map with those. Is my AC not working? Oh, it is. Why is it so warm in here? Okay. Let's see. It's really nice that you're building turrets though. This is something Terrans usually forget, but it's actually very important against prisms, especially when you play mech even more. Okay, looking good at this point. Actually, that was a pretty good trade. Since you already had a backup command center, losing one in trade for the entire army is pretty good. What's up, Mosragor? Yeah, this is exactly what you want to do, by the way. You know, that's what I was talking about. You get a bunch of cyclones out, and once you have a good amount, you can start getting lock-ons like that. Like you just now, you picked up a few immortals and stalkers, which is pretty huge. Once again, this is a good play. I like it. But yeah, like I said, some defensive tanks. Like if that guy attacked you when you had a few defensive tanks, his army would have gotten crushed. You know. I feel like a turbo mech, cyclone mech, battle mech, whatever we want to call it. It's more about powering up, and then after a point you can take the map control with everything. You have 6 factories, which is very nice. Getting armor upgrades as well. I'll say the last few minutes have been very good by you. Ooh, now it's gonna get interesting. What are we gonna do against these bad boys? I have to say your scouting is very lacking though. Like you don't really see anything. I would recommend, like, I don't know if the carriers are going to be a problem, but usually they are kind of a problem versus mech. So when you're like 140 supply, you can start like scanning his bases. Normally I scan the main, because this you can scout with the heli and run by, right? You scout the main or the natural. Try to find out if he's going for carriers. And obviously, you know, try some heli and run bys. You don't actually have that many Hellions because you kept them with your army, but normally you do some heli and run bys. Now here you wouldn't have done any damage, but you would have seen the stargates, which is pretty big. Let's see. Wait. Oh, okay. What was I looking at? What stat was that? That was weird. Okay. Yeah. No, I think your setup's looking good. I think something you're missing actually is a bunch of CCs. When you play Cyclone Mech, a lot of it is actually about going up to a really high SCV count and making a lot of command centers. You know. You don't have a really strong army. You just have a very annoying and mobile army with all the cyclones, right? So what you want to do usually is trade a lot. And make a lot of command centers. So if you play Cyclone Mech, you can even go up to a few more SCVs, like maybe like 90. Yeah, like if you exactly what System said. If you have this amount of minerals, you can just plop down 4 command centers, and that's also the strength of late game mech. Once you get a lot of CCs, you don't even need a lot of SCVs anymore. So it's the same against Zerg. If you play BattleMech against Zerg, you want to just spam a lot of command centers, get a very high worker count. Besides, they're looking pretty good though. Like you're getting really good damage in with the cyclones. The only thing that's missing is like an absurd amount of bases, you know. Normally you could be on 7 bases right now, you just fly CCs everywhere. That the guy won't want to move out because you have cyclones on the map, you know, that's how it usually goes. Yeah, this is the main problem of the cyclone. Like I was saying, you always want to be out on the map because what I said earlier in the game is that you can't really defend with cyclones. Like if you're pinned back, like cyclones are good because they can run. If you have to frontally engage, they're always pretty bad because they just die really fast. So the main mistake here was, you know, not being out on the map and letting him walk all the way here. Because even if you kill his carries, you still didn't trade that well. You're just doing fine because you're really rich. Yeah. 7 cyclones at a time. That's beautiful. Don't forget your building armor, by the way. Very important upgrade. These two. Especially for mech, I think. Like with mech, you don't have like the marines to deal with zealots and stuff. So you actually want to get your building armor and your turret range as well for the warp prisms. Pretty big upgrades there. Like when you're rich, there's no reason not to get them basically. The Nexus pickups has been mental though. He's on 94 pros, but look at where he's mining from. Ah, there we go. That's what we want to see. It's like you're listening to me in the future. Building armor, CCs, that's great. Worker count is 83. 83 against 93. Ideally would have been swapped, I guess. Well, Protoss doesn't even need that many workers, but yeah, you could easily go up to 90, 95 playing mech. No, like for Cyclomech, you always want to spam SCVs as Terran, because you're not trying to make a big army. Like you can't make a strong army with Cyclones. You can just trade. So yeah, you just want to make a shit ton of SCVs and make sure you're always trading out units, being rich, sniping next time. He's doing it. He's doing it really well though.
If you want to play mech, just play Protoss. It's easy race.
Wow, thanks Goblin for the $1. There we go, another snipe. Getting this upgrade as well, very good. Yeah. I noticed that every CC you make is actually an expansion CC, but except for this one that you made early on. But you also just want to have like a ton of orbitals here. If you play a Cyclone mech, you also want to have an infinite amount of scans basically. Like if you lock on, you always want to be able to scan to guarantee the damage and the kills. So that's also a really big benefit from having a lot of command centers while playing BattleMech. And if you play against carriers, by the way, it doesn't hurt to like have a little bit of a turret field here. So they can't do like some kind of death push through the middle, you know. That's actually beautiful. I really love how active you are with sniping the next side. That's really good. I don't know. Your cycling use has been fantastic. Oh, we're gonna stay in the game for 3 minutes. No, it was a cool game to be honest. You know, I would say work on the early game builder there a bit. Get way more CC so you can perma-scan basically and yeah, besides that, honestly, it was a pretty good game. Get some tanks early maybe to be safe, you know, from those early attacks. Nice game though. GG.